a strategy that is better than retirement. So, what's better than retirement? Well, first of all, let's look at retirement. Retirement is you passively save your money over a very, very long term, and after 30 or 40 years after you save up your nest egg, you can retire and you're able to not have to work for a living and live off the money that you have accumulated. It's always been a really great concept because in the past, when you reach the age of 65, you're just not able to work, so you have to have money saved up. And Social Security, usually, unless you really made the maximum amount that you can put in there, you're really not able to retire comfortably. And more people, they want to retire comfortably. In the past, when people got old and retired, they either lived with their children or lived in a very basic retirement home. People want to have, retirement is more seen these days as sort of a reward for working your whole life. Now when you're 65, you can go travel and do whatever you want. But I believe there's a concept that's even better than retirement. And I say that because, frankly, 95% of the people who retire, they don't retire comfortably. They retire on a very, very fixed income, or they can't retire at all. So what am I talking about? I am talking about, instead of retirement, think of financial independence. Now, what is the difference between retirement and financial independence? Retirement is saving up for many, many decades, and then you get to live off your earnings, your accumulated savings. With financial independence, there's no real time frame. What you're really trying to do is accumulate money and save it as much as you can, as fast as you can, and then live off that money. It's kind of like retirement, but it's a more accelerated concept where retirement is passive. You're just taking 10% of whatever you make and putting it away in a low-cost index fund. With financial independence, you're becoming entrepreneurial. You're working harder, and you're saving 50% of your money. You're making sacrifices while you're young, so you can actually become financially independent at a younger age. You can look at financial independence from people like Mr. Money Mustache, Mr. 1500. People have been able to become financially independent in their early to mid 30s. Now, retirement being passive and slow, financial independence is active and faster. You can become financially independent by taking, first of all, you want to take a couple of steps first, which is you want to find out how much do you need to become financially independent. Now, the first thing you want to do is think about how much of a monthly income you would have to make in order to live the way you want to live. Now, let's say that income number is $5,000 per month. What you want to do is take $5,000, multiply that by 12, how many months in a year, and that'll give you $60,000. Then you want to take that number, multiply it by 25, which at that point will give you 1.5 million. So really, all you need, if you want to live on $5,000 a month, you need $1.5 million, and what you would do with that $1.5 million is put that money in a low-cost Vanguard index fund that tracks the S&P 500, and then you're going to be able to draw down 4% of that amount a month, 4% of that amount per year, and 4% of 1.5 million is going to be $60,000, so you can live off that $5,000 a month, while your money in that low-cost index fund will generate anywhere on average between 8 and 9%. Now, the S&P 500 has years when it's going to exceed that amount and years where it's going to go underperform 8 or 9%. But historically, tracked over the past 100 years, if you withdraw just 4% per year from money that's in a low-cost index fund that tracks the S&P 500, you will not run out of money. You'll able to withdraw that amount of money, and also you'll be able to adjust upward for cost of living. So you can take that 5,000 and then add 3%. So the next year you could go from 5,000 a month to pulling out $5,150 per month, because the performance of the S&P 500 will allow you just to make cost of living adjustments. Now, if you do that, if you come up with this, you want to live on $5,000 a month, you come up with a $1.5 million figure, you can then say, all right, I'm looking at my job, I'm going to make these certain sacrifices here so I can save up, let's say instead of saving up 10%, get really aggressive, save up 30%, and then maybe have a side hustle that you can start a business and then begin to really save up that money. And you'll be surprised that if you just save 10% of your money over the course of 40 years, you'll probably hit that 1.5 million, you may even exceed it. But if you become more aggressive with your savings, and plus you're starting little businesses on the side, you can really achieve that goal of financial independence in 20 years. So you see, financial independence is more active, retirement is more passive. And by becoming financially independent, you're going to be able to live the life that you want a lot earlier when you're younger, so you can really appreciate it more. And also, when you become financially independent, you become more active in saving money, you'll be surprised how much you'll force yourself to learn, learning about how to sell yourself, learning new skills, learning how to be more dynamic in your market and all that stuff. So I really feel that financial independence is definitely better than retirement. Just look at a lot of people, they can't even bother to retire because, doing something as simple as saving 10% a month, people can't even do that. So, instead of being passive, become active, become really aggressive towards saving up and becoming financially independent, and you'll be surprised. You'll be more likely to hit that goal and then hit it earlier. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.